still in this box somewhere. I'm just kidding. For those of you who laughed, that's awesome. For those of you who are like, that's okay too. I told you this story because I want you to be comfortable, I don't want you to be afraid to ask questions, and I wanted to make you laugh. Because the world could use a lot more laughter. And, that's right. In all seriousness, I was born with a disease that caused the muscles in my legs not to work. So as a kid, they were amputated just below my pelvis so I could get around better. And I was told that I would never sit up by myself, I would never walk by myself, and I probably wouldn't be a functioning member of society. My parents and I refused to believe that, so we set out to prove to not only ourselves, but the rest of the world, that I could be just like everybody else. Now, because I'm different, I'm singled out a lot. People point and whisper and ask questions, and that's okay because they're just curious and they want to understand me. Now, unfortunately, because I do look different, I was bullied. In school, the boys started to go play sports. I couldn't really play sports, nor did I want to, so I started hanging out with the girls. And because of this, I was called names like faggot, and queer, and gay. And these were insults thrown at me to hurt me on purpose. And whether it was gay or not was irrelevant. They were calling me these names because I was hanging out with the girls instead. When I got to high school, I became a cheerleader. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, yeah, if I didn't have any legs, I'd be a cheerleader too. Glad you agree. So I was training at a game one day, and I heard a girl from the crowd say, "What's he doing out there? This isn't a handicapped team."
Oh.
And at that moment, again, I was being described something that I knew was untrue. After I finished school, I moved to Arizona, and I started working at a job that I didn't really like. I knew that I had the potential to do more with my life, and one day, a good friend of mine named Reed Cowan called and invited me to go to Kenya with him, where he'd been partnering with Free the Children to build schools in his son's name, who tragically passed away.
Aww.
After a lot of thought, I accepted, and I embarked on a journey that would change my life forever. From the moment I arrived in Kenya, I instantly felt peace. And also excitement as we arrived at Free the Children's schools, and all of the kids circled around me, and they were pointing and whispering and giggling and talking a mile a minute in a language I had no idea what they were saying. After they gave me a tour of their school, we sat in the grass, and they asked me every question under the sun to get to know me. And at the end, a girl raised her hand. She said to me, "I didn't realize this sort of thing happened to white people too."
Aww.
And up until that point, I've been spending my entire life trying to be just like everybody else. And with this one statement, I realized that I was different. I was different for a reason. I was different because I needed to show others, like these kids in Kenya, that it doesn't matter what your abilities are, where you come from, what color your skin is, what your gender is. If you work hard with others, never give up, and laugh a lot, you can do absolutely anything. And if we look back, throughout history, with the civil rights movement and the end of women's suffrage, this type of discrimination will not be tolerated in our world, and we can overcome it. As Dan Wilkins once said, a community that excludes even one of its members is no community at all. I'm different, we're all different, but together with our differences, we can achieve a greatness as long as we're not afraid to follow our own path. And one of my favorite musicians is a guy named Jason Mraz. In one of his songs, he says, "Hold your own, know your name, and go your own way." And that's the message that I want to leave with you guys today, and I want you to repeat it after me. So hold your own.
Hold your own.
Know your name.
Know your name.
And go your own way.
And go your own way.
Awesome, that was really good, but this time let's say it with passion. Hold your own.
Hold your own.
Know your name.
Know your name.
And go your own way.
And go your own way.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.